Okay, we're here in Tucson, Arizona. National training camps taking place, the first one in quite a few years for both road and mountain bike athletes. And we're talking with Geoff Kabush, who is participating in the camp. So thanks for taking the time to talk with us, Geoff.
No problem, Rob.
Now, first of all, let's talk about the camp. I mean, how's the camp been? I mean, this is something that the CCA hasn't done for a long time. So from your perspective, has it turned out to be a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's always motivating. I think getting everyone together and having the mix of the younger guys here and myself being one of the old guys, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I have memories back when I was one of the younger Espoirs, getting together in Victoria and being able to see the top riders at that time, like Andreas and Alison Siders. Seeing them in person and get to talk to them and hang out on rides, I think it's always a good thing for people to see the other riders and where they want to go and get the advice. And it's fun for me to be able to share some of the stuff and giving pointers here and there, and it's good. Been good atmosphere so far.
Okay. Now today was I guess the longest ride up up Mount Lemmon. How was that?
Good, I think, yeah, guys were testing their legs out. Pretty good long climb, hour and a half, 2 hours, going at a pretty solid pace. So everyone got a pretty good workout in today for sure. Okay.
Now, in terms of your season, I mean, you're still obviously with Rocky Mountain,
yep.
Or Max's Rocky Mountain, I should say.
Yep.
And what's your program look like for this year? Like, in other words, where are you going to be starting, and what's the big highlights for the season?
Well, yeah, I re-signed with Maxis and Rocky Mountain as our bike sponsor, co-title for the next couple of years. So it's nice to have that all set. And the big focus this year for sure is World Cups, and obviously World Champs in Quebec is going to be the big one that we'll be kind of building towards. So we're building the season around the World Cups, and basically the North American racing has been a bit of flux, so we're gonna just kind of add in those events as it makes sense. Gonna start off with a couple of the races in California, Benelli and Fontana and Sea Otter before heading to Europe. Have a big kind of 5 or 6 week trip over there and come back to a few events. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do BC bike race this year, myself and Leah, mixed category. Should be fun. And then, yeah, just take care of myself. We got one more trip to Europe for a couple World Cups, and then just train and get ready for Wyndham and Mont Saint Anne, which should be both hopefully great events for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a pretty split season because you got those early season World Cups in Europe,
yeah.
And then this huge break until the end of July before you do a couple more.
Yeah.
So, have you thought about mixing some road racing in there? Because I know in the past you've done things like Tour de Beauce and so on. Is there a chance you'll sort of throw some of that stuff in as well?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I haven't done Tour de Beauce, but yeah, I really have enjoyed some of the bigger races. But it's really hard to kind of guess ride on a team these days and get into some cool events. I was really hoping to do Road Nationals in Edmonton, but can have a bit of a conflict there. But I mean, I was really lucky. I actually had a break last year. The first half of the season went pretty poor, so it's actually really nice to kind of have a month where it's a little bit quieter to get in some training and kind of regroup. And won't really have too many weekends off. We'll still be doing some events, but it's nice to be able to do some of those events, kind of lower key racing, and just as kind of to build the fitness a bit. But someday, yeah, I'd like to fit in more racing, more cross, but it's not enough months in the year.
Okay. Now, you've been talking about, like, you've been on your Twitter page and so on, and talking a little bit about how you're testing out some new stuff. You're working with Fox on the shock, and you're working with Rocky on a new bike. Can you talk at all about what's happening there?
No, not really. Be able to share a little bit more about that in a few months. Look for some new stuff at Sea Otter, but all I can say is I'm riding a new bike and some new shocks, and we'll have to leave it at that for now.
Okay. So I mean, you came out of last year, as you said, it was a not a great start to the season, but on the other hand, it got a lot better with, you know, your first World Cup win in Bromont. A good Worlds, you know, obviously not quite as good as you were hoping for, but still like a top 5 finish at Worlds. So, I mean, how does that affect you coming into this season?
Oh, well, it was a big accomplishment for me, for sure. I'd done well in the World Cups, but it was kind of one of the things I'd written down. I wanted to win a World Cup, so it was pretty neat the way it all came together. It was kind of confusing first half of the year. The training was going well, and then just with all the travel, I was just kind of out of sorts and couldn't quite figure out how to get that fresh feeling back, but sure snapped around quickly at the end of the year and finishing off with those World Cups and best Worlds ever. And it's nice, next year, St. Anne, and the year after Champeray, we have some really good world courses, so kind of in the peak of my career, and hopefully I can just continue to build the next couple of years, and hopefully they'll do something special this year in St. Anne.
Okay. And what about looking further down the line, like 3 years down the line? You're planning still being around for London for Olympics?
Yeah, that's, I mean, part of this camp getting together, we're doing a lot of planning and setting up programs to kind of build towards that, which is good, something we haven't done in the past. Talking amongst the targeted athletes on how we want to work together with the national team and the projects leading into London, and that's obviously kind of a big goal and be getting towards the end of my career, and I'll for sure be pushing things hard to then and kind of reevaluate after 2012 where I'll go with racing, but I'm still having fun and still feel like I got some room for improvement, so hopefully I'll continue to progress next couple of years.
Good. Well, thanks very much, and enjoy the last couple of days of the camp. What after that? You go back home for a while, or?
Yeah, spending most of my time in New Mexico, so I'll drive back up there and train and do a few trips out to California before things really get rolling.
Good. Well, thanks very much, and good luck.
Thanks, Rob.